Though they now swim in oceans of loss and confusion, bereft of form and direction, the ocean parts into streams. The streams carve their own paths out of the land, each forming a distinct character and flow. They are happy to individuate, as they always dreamt of. Yet, a lingering desire to come into connection once more. Logic dictates separation. Illusions of superiority put in place to pretend. Playing as if both are not still drowning in desire. The farther their paths diverge, the greater the mounting tension of the unfamiliar. The sweet siren call of mystery, the delicious pull of the unknown. Two beings, both alike in magnanimity, each hunger-filled with an unsatisfiable craving for the forbidden encounter that haunts them, body, mind, soul, lurking unspoken. Ah, the most forbidden of desires, the want for pleasure, for joy, for tenderness, specifically from each other. Nobody else can fill this particular crevice. No other wonderful lover can bridge the yawning gap that is the canyon of this particular hunger. Yes, canyon, a breathtaking lacuna where the other ripped away, a hole that cannot be filled, a wound that burns away every cure. So rare for these two beings to align in their desires. When one is filled with fire in the throes of want, the other is aloof, crystal calm in the certainty that distance is for the better. Yes, there's surely nothing to be gained here. There's too much pain, too much history, too much lust, too much agony. Why even tamper with the deepest unhealed scar? Why even bother try something so hard? Both beings are cowards, but not fools. The sun, however, always rises. Clarity cannot be avoided forever. Even the most stubborn denial cannot deny what is. Truth beckons them both to shed their hides and come inside, bare and vulnerable, soft, tender, open. What happens if they reach out in clueless synchronicity, hopelessly hopeful in the dark? What if their fingertips brush together and their breaths catch in their throats? What if the friction of skin against skin lights a spark that blazes alive the thirst which has lain in wait for so long? Opening themselves unto the flames they have smothered, drenched in the torrents of grief they dammed up, a thirst that can only be quenched by the other, a torch that can never be snuffed out. What if they like it? What if they want it? What if they don't want to live without it? What if they need it? What if they admit it? The rivers of time align. The sky and sea kiss in breathless anticipation. How have they stayed apart, pretending to be above and below the other? In torment and misery and anguish, acting too good for their desires? Oh, how keenly they long to come together. They cannot lie in moonlit shadows forever. The sun always rises. The strength to come together and bear themselves, it beckons. The night seduces them into forests of primal urges, urging them to shed their human skins and wed as raw beasts, raw nerves, raw souls. Two magnets that have been forced apart for too long. Elastic bands snapping back into shape just before they can break. The end was necessary. The distance was necessary. The separation was necessary. The dissolution, the discovery, the rebuilding, the alchemy, all deeply needed. Now what is needed is conjunction, conciliation, concord. Two souls in different bodies dance in fusion, and a new beast is born. They breathe new life into each other. The slightest brush of fate sets off a chain reaction. They demand the best from each other. Only authenticity will do. No pleasantries or platitudes will be accepted. Only a reality that outshines any fantasy. Only raw honesty from naked tongues. Only sweet honey from contented sighs. Only the formless taking form. Only a new love being born. What's up? This is Sorik. You might know me from Sorik Kazemi if you happen to follow me on my other channel, but if you'll notice, this one is called Sun Aliens, and that's because this is my other channel where I've very, very sporadically posted random stuff that I was trying. You know, I tried posting an open mic performance that I did here once, but that's privated now. And let's see, what else do we have? I did an ASMR Roses video thing, and then I did 2 little snippets of beats that I was playing with on GarageBand, and then I uploaded a bunch of shorts of me playing the app game Flow, just for fun. But I decided I want to maybe use this as a place to experiment with other forms of art and music and fashion related sharing, maybe, because my other channel, Sorik Kazemi, is like more like, I think, astrology, tarot, spiritually geared right now, and I'm gonna let it be like that. But I was also like, maybe a second channel for art thing. I have several Instagram accounts that are like kind of hyper specific for different things, and so I decided I also wanted to do this. Yeah, and so the poem that you just heard me read, I think I'm gonna put this introduction after the poem, honestly, because why not? Because I am filming this after I read the poem, because I was like, I just wanted to get it out. The moment struck me and I was like, I gotta do it now. I prepared it earlier in the day, because I had to, as you can see, I added a bunch of notes because I had originally written this like longhand, like low-key, like it's giving low-key channeled writing, but and then I edited it and posted it to one of my secret blogs where I just post pieces of writing that I felt like were too edgy for anywhere on Maine, and like I didn't know where they fit yet. So I just post things there every once in a while when I have something that I want to like have put out into the ether, but like I don't want anyone to look at it yet. But I decided I was ready for people to not only look at this, but to hear it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post a transcript of the poem on my blog, on my website, and I'm gonna link that in the description so that you can also read it if you want. But yeah, what do I want to say about this poem? It was so channeled. This is such a like a channeled poem moment. I started writing and it just flowed through my hands, you know, like that kind of vibe. Like I was not thinking and choosing the words, like they were coming to me. And so that was a really fun time. I really love channeled writing for that reason. It works great when you've got a Gemini moon like me, especially because it's moon trine Mars. So it's like really, I can just get going when I get with the channeled writing. I gotta be careful to pause and not hurt my hands. I have hurt my wrists from writing too much before. But yeah, it's very interesting also that I did it in this particular notebook, because this was actually a notebook that I had since I was in 3rd grade. And so like the first like couple pages are just me doing like little short writing assignments for class, and then like a drawing that I did. I will show the drawing because that doesn't have any personal information. Here's the drawing that I did when I was in 3rd grade. And so yeah, I decided then, because I had this notebook, you know, for the past 2+ decades, 2.5 decades or something, because how old are you? 8. Yeah, so for the past 2 decades, because I'm like 30 now. And I actually, when I was 28, so literally 2 decades later, I decided to start using the rest of this notebook because most of it was still unused. So, and I finished it also. I finish a lot of composition books. I have so many notebooks running. I got, no lie, at least 20 notebooks, like, in progress at any time for different purposes. Because I love writing longhand. But yeah, I think this was an interesting thing for me to, like, start using this notebook, because it really does feel like building, like, a line of continuity between my 8-year-old self and, like, my current self. You know, like, that's how I used to be. It's funny. Yeah, let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess, the chart for the poem, because I'm still going to do astrology stuff here, just about my poetry instead of general stuff. I can't not do astrology. No. If you know me, either in person or as an online mutual / friend, you will eventually, if you talk to me enough, you will learn that I think about basically everything through the lens of astrology most of the time, unless I'm actively trying not to. Unless I'm actively like, let me listen to this without thinking about the stars. But it's just sort of like my favorite way to understand things. So, yeah. But yeah, so the chart for this poem was written back in July 15th of 2024. And let's see, we've got 13 degrees Aquarius rising, with Pluto in Aquarius retrograde at 1 degree, which is funny because Pluto literally just stationed retrograde recently in Aquarius. Ascendant ruler is Saturn retrograde in Pisces at 19 degrees. That was during my Saturn return. It's like within 4 degrees of my natal Saturn. So like pretty close. And then Neptune was also retrograde at 29 degrees. Pisces. The chart had, let's see, 19 degrees Scorpio moon. So fallen moon is very funny for this, because the moon in Scorpio is considered to be like in its like kind of like in the place where it's most pushed to extremes of behavior. And this is a poem that is very much giving like extreme longing, extreme craving, extreme want, extreme hunger, you know? And especially secret wants, secret hungers, and self-restraint out of fear and a desire to avoid pain, perhaps? I don't know. Yeah, so that's where the moon is. The sun is at 24 degrees Cancer. For me, natally, that was squaring my nodes. It's at the south bending of the nodes. And the south bending is a place where like you're like constantly having to release things, you know, because it's heading towards the south node. So it's like something you're constantly in the process of releasing, but like haven't quite mastered. And the themes of this sure are something that I constantly struggle with. That's okay. I have my fun with it. What else do we have that's interesting? Oh yeah, we've got a exact Mars-Uranus conjunction at 26 degrees Taurus, which is exactly squaring my natal sun and Venus. So very much like Mars-Uranus is like, oh, it's like chaos energy. It's like a really sudden explosive spark. But in Taurus, it's like something that's been building for like a really long time and is really gonna kind of hit like a freight train. And then that's squaring like my planets of like spirit and self and conscious like will, as well as like relationship and negotiation of connection, right? So you can see the themes. Again, I didn't choose this on purpose. This is just what happens. Like if you look through enough of my poems and see like and analyze the charts, which is I guess partly why I want to start like sharing my poetry and then analyzing the charts for it, because it's very interesting to see how these things line up in a non-person birth chart way and in a non-intentional way. Like I don't have to try to make the astrology work. It's just always working, you know? And so I kind of want to do more of these to kind of demonstrate that. The way that astrology does not require your belief in it to work. That's why I always laugh really hard when people talk about, oh, you believe in astrology. And I'm like, no, I don't believe in astrology. I'm observing material reality. You just don't have the data that I have because you haven't learned or been taught to read the data that I'm reading. It's very simple. It's just like I'm reading a book in a language you haven't learned. It's not about me believing in the language. Very simply. You would learn the language too if you wanted, but obviously not everyone has the time, energy, interest, or inclination for that. So I'm here as a translator. Yeah. Oh, barnacles. I just realized I forgot to use my microphone again. What's the point of buying a microphone to use with your phone when you forget to use it constantly? It's fine. I'm not re-recording this. I'm not re-recording this because I started filming this at the moment I did, specifically because the ascendant was conjunct the moon of the poem's original writing. So I'm like, we're not waiting another whole day to get that timing back again. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else interesting in the chart? Oh yeah, Jupiter was also conjunct my natal moon in Gemini. So that's fun as well. It's really like hitting me in my feelings kind of vibes, you know? Like they really said we're gonna take all of these stressful hungers and desires that you have secretly been nursing, and we're gonna put them out. And it's so funny because I was at the time in a sort of like situation with someone that I was reconnecting with, and I think like a month and a half after writing this, I like confessed my feelings to them, and this was definitely a way for me to kind of work through that vibe, I think. I'm not going to say any details about how it went or anything because that's my business, but know that this poem was the prelude to me offering my feelings to someone. It's very, the reason why I didn't share this on main until now and only on my side blog is because it felt way too like, Scorpio is in my 8th house. So it's like, that's a house where I really like feel the urge to keep things hidden. Like 4th, 8th, and 12th house are things that we really want to hide, you know? That we really want to keep. They're things that we want to keep quiet. They're things that we want to, for me, like, I feel like a lot of like musicians, a lot of music that I listen to kind of like hits that 4, 8, 12 for me, like the placements of the musicians or the songs or the albums or whatever. And so I have like a very strong aversion to sharing certain sections of my music taste with people or sharing certain like music that I like with people because it feels way, way too intimate and vulnerable. I'm like, you're gonna know exactly what's going on in my head if I share this. But then that's also what stopped me from sharing my art like for such a long time, is because I was like, there's too much of me in this. Like if I share this, then people are gonna see me as I am. And they do, but like that's fine. I got Venus and Leo. I want to be perceived. And the key to becoming less miserable is just accepting that I want to be perceived. I want to offer what I have and have it be well received. And so this is a step in me doing that more and hopefully achieving more satisfaction in that aspect of my life, in those 5th housey ways. Okay, I think that's enough from me for today. If you liked this, then leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to this channel, because most people that see my other channel are not subscribed to this channel. I'm gonna do the collaboration thing so that my other subscribers see it, but for this I'm just gonna pop it out and see what happens. I'm not even gonna advertise it or anything. I just want this to be like a low-key chill thing that I'm trying out, you know. So yeah, if you like that vibe, I'm gonna try and do more of this. Okay, have a good one. Bye.